Okay, so this is obviously too many books.
Okay.
Hi everybody, welcome back. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna come clean here. I have lied to you. Remember when we talked about this little stinker, the TBR jar? I'm not doing that anymore. It was really stressing me out that I had already set the books that I was going to read for the month and that I didn't really get to choose. Like I said that it would be okay if I got the books, but it wasn't. And so I just have kind of been in a slump recently, and so we're not doing it anymore. But I have a stack of books here. I sounded Midwestern there. I'm from California. I have a stack of books here that I want to read by the end of the year, and that just feels way more comfortable for me than having the TBR out of a jar. Let me try to get these books up. This isn't working. I tried this 4 times so far. Okay, we've got no. Mom, it's literally not that many. Oh, this is a lot of books. Shoot. Okay, there's me and my kids. You can't even see me. Yeah, okay, no more thumbnail for me, I guess. So let's kiki about what these books are. This TBR is just going to be books that I want to finish by the end of the year. I did do the Goodreads challenge. I started out with 25 books, and then I just kind of started eating through books, so I moved it up to 50. I know it's not a really big number for a lot of people on YouTube, but you know, you gotta do it for yourself. And 50 is a really big number for me. So I'm actually really excited that I'm at 42 out of 50. Yeah, that's exciting. I think I can do it. So here's 12 here for me to do. So let's start with number 1. Wow. And some of these are going to be audiobooks too. I have the physical copy, but I'm going to do the audiobook version. So book number 1, Stranger in a Strange Land. I have talked about this before. This was on my TBR about halfway through. Just need to sit down and finish it. It's just kind of taking me a while to get through it, but you know, we ball. Next book I want to finish is Dune. I'm in the middle of reading it again now. I actually made leeway. I read about 100 more pages. It's just a thick girl. I forgot to tell you guys, we've got a new edition. Say hi to Justin. My friend just gave this to me before she moved to Ireland. Everyone say hi. Next book I want to read before the end of 2020 is, spoiler alert, by Olivia Dade. But I really want to read this because Katie has read this and keeps yelling at me to read it, and so what Katie says goes. I'm actually quite excited because I am quite familiar with the fan fiction universe. So I just feel like this is going to be my Your Name moment. YN. What did you guys call her? Did you call her YN, or did you actually call her by your name? Like, I'm very curious because I always thought that she was someone else. Like, I never pictured myself getting adopted by One Direction, you know what I mean? Next book is Circe by Madeline Miller. I have read The Song of Achilles and I really liked it, and so Circe is her other book, and I am excited because I really like Song of Achilles, and I've heard that this has like a feminism aspect to it, and so I've read the Odyssey. I know who Circe is, and so I think I'm gonna be very interested by this, and I really like Greek mythology. Anyways, the cover is also really pretty. Next up is The Black Kids by Christina Hammons Reed. This book I kind of was holding off because when I got it, it was around the time of like a lot of political turmoil, or there's always political turmoil, but it was kind of getting really strong, and I just didn't really want to turn off the TV, step away from my own life, and step into this, which is similar to my life in certain ways, and so why I was pushing it off. But I want to read this by the end of the year. Next book I want to read is Mexican Gothic. I'm so, like, okay, let's talk about me for a second. I do not read horror that much. I don't read Gothic that much. Maybe Southern Gothic on a rainy day, but I do not read that stuff. But I've just heard so many good things about Mexican Gothic, and so I really wanted to read it. I saw it on Amazon. Don't yell at me for buying on Amazon. I already yelled at myself. The whole genre of Gothic where the house is alive. Or not like alive, and like things are trying to kill you, and the house like is gonna drive you crazy. Very Edgar Allan Poe, you know? So I do plan to read The Devil Makes Work by James Baldwin. This is nonfiction. I think this is the only nonfiction book that I have chosen to read near the end of 2020. I chose this because it's writing and reflections about movies of that time period involving racial politics, or that sparked racial politics, so like interracial couples. And so I just think James Baldwin is a very great writer. I love to read it, and it's always pretty short. I think I can always like take something out of it, learn something from it. Okay, next book I'm excited is If We Were Villains by ML Rio. Okay, I talk about this a lot, but dark academia, squadron, team, cult, I want to be a part of you. And I obviously can't be a part of you because I'm wearing a cable knit sweater with Funko Pops behind me. And I'm not very dark academic, but I do dabble. I do love Donna Tartt, and so this is my application to join your club. Love The Secret History, and this is always kind of put next to it. So they're Shakespearean players. And so, you know, on the stage, flipping through it, and it's like written like a script, kind of like there's acts and scenes. It's kind of sick. I just noticed that I'm not giving descriptions for any of these. I do apologize. Okay, so next up is Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. I've heard so many good things about this book, and I bought it as soon as I saw it. Aiden Thomas is actually from the same place I am, so I'd love to meet them someday. That'd be really fun. But yeah, I do not read from Latinx authors that much, not on purpose, but just I need to, you know, expand myself, and so this is a wonderful place to start. So is Mexican Gothic. I am very excited to read. That was my dad. Deadly Education is next.
Okay, greetings. So I've recently heard about the controversy surrounding Deadly Education, and I am definitely now contemplating if this is going to be on my TBR, if I'm going to sell the book or give it away, because I'm not very interested in what I've heard. It's very much so giving me Cho Chang vibes, and I do not like that. I will link the Reddit post down below that I read about it. I don't go on Reddit. By the way, I saw this on Twitter. I just don't really want to support that kind of stuff, so I'm kind of debating on if I'm still gonna read it.
She's glistening, guys. Just, whoa, my jaw just like dropped when I opened that. Lesson 1 of the Schoolmance. Wait, is this a series? How did I not know that? Next up is These Violent Delights by Micah, Nemerever. These Violent Delights. Okay, so let's go back to The Secret History here. It literally says in here, The Secret History meets live with me in this Hitchcockian tale of two college students, both with troubled pasts, whose escalating obsession with each other will radically alter the course of their lives. Yeah, mutually assured destruction? Yeah, Hitchcockian? Sign me up. The Secret History, Camilla Macaulay supremacy, okay? I feel like I'm about to read just two unhinged people in a gay romance. Sounds about right. And the very last book that I want to read before the end of 2020 is Dracula by Bram Stoker. Now, wow, I ripped it. That is so bad. This is like yeah, I kind of love this. I was supposed to read this in October, and I read a bit of it and got scared, and then I got bored. And I love vampire stuff, and so I want to read this. But I am going to do it on audiobook because I know my limits. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hate the TBR jar idea. Thought that was an awful idea. It was masochism at its finest. I think I have like a better breath of fresh reading because I wasn't tied to the list that I had picked out of a jar. That was really making me not excited to read. That's such an awful feeling because I love to read so much. When I'm not excited to read, I know something's wrong, you know? Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you plan to read any of the books that I talked about. I'd love to have a conversation about these things. So, see ya.